Afternoon, guys. Okay, a couple minutes after 2, and as promised, your money, here we go again. The Fed did raise interest rates 0.75% as expected. Markets sold off a little bit. We're down, we dropped as low as about 240. We're down 175 as I'm recording this right now, so we'll see where it goes from here. This wasn't unexpected. If it would have been the full percentage point, that would have been a little bit of a shock. But what we're seeing here, again, so you can expect mortgage rates to go up, credit card rates to go up, used and new car rates to go up, anything like that. So hopefully, as I've said for a while, anybody that was planning on making any major purchases like that has already done it, because as I talked about a couple of weeks ago, the average mortgage payment went up $700 for the exact same house if you bought it in January or if you bought it in August. $210,000, of course, over the course of the life of a loan, or 240, somewhere around there. So an extra $250,000 in interest is all you pay. But what to need to watch right now is the dollar index. Dollar index is now at 111.16. So that tells you, as I said the other day, how much stronger the dollar is getting, which actually is how much weaker the rest of the world currencies are getting. So go back to that video for the explanation on all of that. Eventually, this will come to a head because the currencies keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and you can't show the strength of the dollar anymore. As for precious metals, this is kind of interesting. Silver liked the Fed hike. Gold didn't. Silver's up about 26 cents an ounce. Gold's down about $3.50. Okay, gold was up earlier, so gold's down about $10 from pre-FOMC announcement. So, as usual, the Fed is still got their head in the sand, going, well, we still don't think a recession's going to happen. Except we're already in one. So, I mean, maybe they're confusing the word recession and depression. That would be the only thing I could see. But, we're not in a depression yet, but we are certainly in a recession. And when we get the next GDP numbers, you can be certain that we will have negative GDP again, which will make 3 quarters in a row that we will be down, just because consumer spending is coming to a screeching halt. Not because we can't borrow. I mean, to give you this, American credit card debt in August, this was announced yesterday, all-time high, guys. Okay, and it's not that people are going out and buying frivolous things. It's that people are buying food and gasoline on their credit card because it's so ridiculously expensive. This is what the Fed's trying to stop: people borrowing money to pay for things. The problem is it's got to come from somewhere. You still need food. You still need gasoline. Now, the price of gas has come down, about 30%. We were at those highs, at least for me, they were about $4.50 a gallon. They're about $3.20 now. And I know a lot of you guys go, I wish I had $3.20 gas. I wish the highs were only $4.50 where you are too, certainly. But these are the economic things that are going to bite us in the butt. As the Fed keeps raising rates, things are going to get more and more expensive with the intention of slowing down consumer spending. High prices are already slowing down consumer spending. So now this goes back to what I was talking about ages ago, where you start getting the scenarios of payday lenders, okay? The credit cards start turning into these last resorts, okay? And when you max out the credit cards, now what are people doing? They still got to eat. Now they start going to payday lenders and things like that, or, whatever, foreclosures on houses, repossessions on cars. That's what's coming next, guys. That's what we need to pay attention to, because people can't afford to pay the bills, not by their own fault, by the administration's fault for screwing the economy up so bad that the price of everything's gotten ridiculous. And the fact that at the same time making it difficult for people to keep their head above water, So this is, like y'all say, okay, planned. This is working right according to plan. Let's make life so expensive for people, you'll own nothing, not because you sold it and pocketed the money. You own nothing because you can't afford anything. And then the only savior is the Uncle Sam or Klaus Schwab, whatever it would be. Oh, you don't have a house? Well, here's your little Connex that you can live in, courtesy of the government. All you have to do is show up down at the end of the street every morning at 8 o'clock to do your government approved job. You know, that's what we're getting to, guys. This is what they're trying to force upon us. This is why the lies about we're in no recession. They'll as it's called jawboning. They'll jawbone. They'll lie to you. They'll try to spin stuff like crazy to make it sound like they've got everything under control. Powell has nothing under control. This is a Mustang that cannot be corralled. Let's just put it that way. The inflation is out of control. Raising interest rates, we go back to Paul Volcker here, all right? We'll get up to 20%. I mean, we're talking, this will push us up near 7% mortgages, guys. We haven't seen 7% mortgages in nearly 20 years, okay? And we still haven't got anywhere close to where they were in the late 70s, early 80s when you were paying near 20% on a mortgage. I can't even imagine paying that on a mortgage, okay? But this is why it is so important to get everything you can now, because nothing is going to get cheaper. Joe even said in a 60 Minutes interview the other day that that don't expect inflation to come down. I mean, which was humorous. I mean, and I got a kick out of it when he goes, well, it wasn't bad. It only went up an inch. And I'm like, yeah, Joe. And in 12 months, that means inflation went up a foot. Okay. Yeah. Guys, keep stacking, keep doing whatever you can to pay off the bills. All right. Do not give them any control over you. I know everybody talks about taxes. And yes, we're all going to have to pay taxes on whatever it is. Okay. Deal with that. We got no choice. But it's a hell of a lot easier to pay your taxes if you don't have the car payment, if you don't have the house payment, if you don't have the credit card payment. Keep growing your food, keep making the things that you can do, keep living like you live in the 1800s, okay? Which is what preppers are trying to do. Where we control our destiny, not where we need to have our hand out going, Uncle Sam, please help me, because Uncle Sam will be happy to shake your hand. At the same time, they stick a knife in your back. Pinball out.